Hello and welcome to another Archaeobotany episode. There's been extensive interest in the history of millet domestication in the Sudan. To obtain this information regarding the history of millet domestication, plant materials dug up from a dig site, one of the world's largest dig sites in the Sudan, called Teglinos. The data was collected between 2010 and 2017 in a project led by Dr. Andrea Manzo, who continued the work of the late Rodolfo Fatuich, who began his work in the 1980s until 1995. This ongoing project was part of another project, an expedition, so to speak, done to understand the geological relationships between Eastern Sudan and Upper Nubia, and the cultural relationships between the ancient peoples of Eastern Sudan and the Red Sea coast. The millet data obtained from this project was incorporated into an offshoot project run by Dr. Almsmik Belagados, which is the author of the paper I'm referencing. The goal of this project was to answer three questions. What species of millet were found in Mahal Taginos between the mid-4th millennium BCE and mid-1st millennium CE? What crops were indigenous to this region? And how valuable were the millets? In present times, the city of Kassala occupies a location where the city of Mahal Teglinos once existed. Previous archaeobotanical investigations of the late to mid found remains that indicate the presence of settlements, as well as various species of millet such as finger millet, coda millet, foxtail millet, deccan grass, guinea millet, and pearl millet. In current year, this location grows sunflower, cowpea, sesame, cotton, peanuts, okra, cluster beans, sorghum, pearl millet, finger millet, broad beans, chickpeas, bananas, oranges, watermelon, papaya, and lemons. Various samples have been collected from these regions to see if there's any overlap with the millets grown now versus back then, and here are the results. There are several groups of samples obtained regarding millets of history within the Sudan region. One group of samples is called the Butana group, collected from the region of Kashim el-Gerba. This dig site dates between 4000 BCE and 2700 BCE. These samples consist of grain chaff and seeds, and 5 sample groups were collected from this region. One sample consisted of confirmed wild sorghum, while the other 4 samples had remnants of sorghum, although specific species could not be determined. Another group was the Gash group, whose samples were collected from Mahal Teglinos, which was dated between 2000 BCE and 1400 BCE. 10 samples were collected. Samples 1, 2, and 3 had remnants of a finger millet species. Remnants of guinea millet were found in samples 4 and 6. Foxtail millet was found in samples 5, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Another dig site was the early Jebel Mokram. These samples date between 1500 BCE and 1000 BCE and consisted mostly of proto-millet remnants. And the final group was collected from the dig site of Shurab el-Gash, which dates between 500 BC and 500 CE, and consisted of 2 samples. Sample 1 consisted of proto-millet. Sample 2 would consist of finger and foxtail millet. The presence of foxtail millet, finger millet, guinea millet, and many other species indicates that Mahal Teglinos may have been a hub area from which Asian species such as proto millet and other African species of millet could be moved to the rest of Africa, meaning that Sudan, sometime in the ancient past, was a major trading hub for grain and other crops, akin to a Silk Road pathway. Well, that about covers everything. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you really enjoyed it and think you can donate, you can do so at Buy Me a Coffee, link in the description below. Thank you for watching.